The foreign relations of the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic are conducted by the Polisario Front, which maintains a network of representation offices and embassies in foreign countries. The Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic is the government in exile claiming sovereignty of the former Spanish colony of Western Sahara. The Polisario Front, the national liberation movement that administers the SADR, currently controls the area that it calls the Liberated Territories, a strip of Western Sahara territory east of the Moroccan Wall. It also administers the Sahrawi refugee camps at Tindouf, Algeria, where its headquarters are. It has conducted diplomatic relations with states and international organizations since its inception in 1973. In 1966, United Nations General Assembly Resolution 2229 affirmed for the first time the Sahrawi right on self-determination. In 1979, United Nations General Assembly Resolution 3437 reaffirmed again the right of the Western Sahara people to self-determination and independence, recognizing also the Polisario Front as the representative of the Western Sahara people. Recognition. As of 2016, the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic has been recognized by 84 UN member states. Of these, 37 have frozen or withdrawn recognition for a number of reasons. Several states that do not recognize the Sahrawi Republic nonetheless recognize the Polisario Front as the legitimate representative of the population of the Western Sahara, but not as the government in exile for a sovereign state. The Republic has been a full member of the African Union, formerly the Organization of African Unity, since 1984. Morocco withdrew from the OAU in protest and remains the only African nation not within the OAU since South Africa's admittance in 1994. The SADR also participates as guest on meetings of the non-aligned movement of the New Asian African Strategic Partnership, over Moroccan objections to SADR participation. On the other hand, upholding Moroccan territorial integrity is favored by the Arab League. Besides Algeria, Mexico, Iran, Venezuela, Vietnam, Nigeria, and South Africa, India was the major middle power to have ever recognized SADR and maintained full diplomatic relations, having allowed the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic to open an embassy in New Delhi in 1985. However, India withdrew its recognition in 2000. As with any fluid political situation, diplomatic recognitions of either party's rights are subject to frequent and sometimes unannounced change. Bilateral relations. The Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic has, since its proclamation, established diplomatic relations with a number of states, mainly in Africa and Latin America, which have recognized its independence. In connection with the freezing, withdrawing, and resuming of recognition, similar changes have occurred at the level of diplomatic relations. SADR has stable and developed relationships with states such as Algeria and South Africa. The Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic is represented abroad by the Polisario Front, which maintains a network of missions and embassies. Some states that have recognized the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic have elevated the Polisario representation in the country to the status of SADR embassy. The Polisario Front maintains also a network of representations on countries that do not recognize the SADR as a sovereign country, mainly in Europe, with some of them having relations with the host country governments. Representation of foreign countries to the SADR is performed by embassies located abroad, mainly in Algiers. Due to the Western Sahara conflict and the settlement of the Sahrawi refugee camps in southwest Western Algeria. Current diplomatic relations. A total of 37 states presently maintain diplomatic relations with the SADR. Of these, 29 have continuously maintained relations with SADR without any interruptions. As of the 5th of June 2013, Honduras is probably the most recent nation to have formally established diplomatic relations with the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic. 8 states have frozen or cancelled relations with the SADR in the past, but later resumed them. As of the 7th of January 2016, Panama is the most recent nation that re-established diplomatic relations with SADR. Former diplomatic relations. A total of 12 states or more maintained official diplomatic relations with the SADR in the past. The relations with SADR are now suspended, frozen or cancelled. As of the 3rd of January 2014, Paraguay is the most recent nation to formally cancel diplomatic relations with the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic. Relations with international organizations. The Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic holds either member or observer status in several international organizations. It participates in the activities of organizations that have formalized its membership, as well as in activities of other organizations as a guest participant. The SADR is usually represented by a government or national organizations such as the Sahrawi Trade Union. International treaties and conventions. The Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic has signed a number of international treaties, conventions, protocols and charters negotiated in the context of the African Union. SADR participates in protection of human rights, common defense or trade liberalization by signature of following agreements. Participation in international sports federations. In 2015, the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic participated for the first time in the All Africa Games, the biggest African multi-sports event.